Surprise, motherfucker! What's up? This is your friendly neighborhood Venger Satanis. This video I'm going to be talking about a new... That's the latest thing I've actually come up with and put online for public consumption. It's called Criterion. It's just a one-page PDF. I've talked about this before. This is up at Big Geek Emporium, which is a relatively new online RPG retailer, not unlike Drive-Thru RPG. So check it out. It's free over there. I'll put a link in the description below. So I had them printed up. Not too long from now, about a month from now, I guess, I will be at GameholeCon. And so I had these printed up, about 50 of them. And I will, I'll have these on me in use. I will give these out to people if they ask, or if I see someone or people playing my games, like, hey, you want one? So it's just, you got all these different categories. You got the theme at the top, the overall theme of the adventure or the campaign, and then Eldritch, post-apocalypse, gonzo, sleaze, science fantasy, pop culture, humor, and then you just got 3 lines for each one of those categories. And it is, I made one up. This is, I made a rough draft just on normal paper because I didn't want to mess up one of these. It wasn't that bad. I got 50. I paid like, I don't know, $35 for 50 of these. So, not quite $1 each. And this is kind of what it looks like filled out. So here you can see I put in the theme. You do what it takes to survive. And then Eldritch, I've got like tentacles smell like fish tacos. Priest of the Unquiet Void. Fuchsia skies full of dream stalkers. So it's a combination of something to like jog your memory, like, oh yeah, I wanted to include this in the next adventure or the next leg of the campaign, or maybe a running joke or a running theme or motif throughout the entire campaign. And that way you can just kind of look down and maybe you have like your adventure notes in front of you, and then off to the side you have this as just a handy thing to glance at every once in a while and be like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about the open air flesh festival happening in Agrabah, and then you can, expound on that. And, there's just enough room to get the basics. And then you can, go from there, spontaneously improvise, which is what I like to do when I can. But it's nice to have a little something here to jog the old noggin. Yeah, so that's about it. I launched, I think 3 days ago, I launched the Encounter Critical Kickstarter. So that's going good so far. It's already funded at I set the base price, or whatever it's called, the limit. I don't know, whatever money I needed. I set it at $1,000. That's pretty much the bare minimum I can make it at. I'm hoping it tops out at, I don't know, $5,000-$6,000 by the end. There's no print option, just PDF. However, I am also using the Chult Trilogy as rewards for people. I hope people buy them because my wife has informed me that until I get enough books sold and out of our basement, I can't basically create and have printed more books to come in. Someone asked me about print on demand. I don't know. That is an option. I'm just kind of over print on demand. And with this thing that I'm doing now, the Encounter Critical 3, I'm going to be revising it probably months after it comes out. So I kind of want that to stay digital for a while, probably 9 months to a year, because what I'm doing is, in a way, it's very similar to what I have been doing, but in a way, it's kind of brand new. And I know that I'm gonna once I finish it, I'm gonna want to tweak it and edit it a little bit here and there over the next few months, because that's what happens when you do something new. You're not quite as prepared as something familiar, and I don't know. That's just the nature of things. You finish something and you're like, oh, what if I had done this differently? Or, oh, would it be nice to add that? You can't do that with print, but you can with PDF. So I'm going to keep it PDF for a while after it comes out. Probably come out in January. I think that's what I set my expectations for the release. And my goal is to sell enough books so I can start on book 4 of the Chult trilogy in 2024. And I fully expect Encounter Critical 3 to be in the appendix of Chult 4. It's not going to be called Chult 4. It has a name, but until it gets closer, I'm not going to reveal that information. Yeah, and then it would be in print. It would just be in the back of the next Chult book, which I think is kind of appropriate because Encounter Critical 3 takes place on Chult, and Chult and Crimson Dragon Slayer G20 kind of are right in line with that aesthetic, because after all, it's Eldritch, Gonzo, science fantasy, post-apocalypse, and the other things, sleaze, pop culture references, humor. So I think that's it. Enjoy, and check out the links in the description below for where you can download your Chult Criterion page and have that printed off or print it yourself, and then the link to the Kickstarter. Okay.